Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. And just hang on a second, there's something strangely familiar about this setting, isn't there? Kitchen cabinets, bottles of beer on the worktop. There's something strangely familiar about this setting. I don't know what it is. I must have seen it somewhere else before. Anyway, you join me on a mid-August Yorkshire evening. I'm going to be looking at two beers from Yorkshire today, two summer beers, and I guess we're coming towards the end of the summer, but it's still time to enjoy a couple of nice pale summer beers. So the beers that we have in question are both from the Wold Top Brewery in Driffield, which is quite near York in North Yorkshire, and they are part of this new range that they've launched at Wold Top. I guess they're trying to kind of reach a different kind of demographic. Previously they do really solid kind of traditional beer styles, and this time they're kind of looking to kind of capture I guess a more kind of modern drink with this kind of quite striking branding. And both these beers are nice, kind of, as it says on the bottle, English summer beer. So nice, kind of refreshing, zesty, citrusy kind of beer. I've had one of these before a couple of weeks ago. To be honest, it was one of those days, really hot day, and it really hit the spot. But I didn't really kind of pay that much attention. I didn't really analyse it. So anyway, so the first one we're going to have a look at, the weaker of the two, it's called Angler's Reward. It's a 4% beer, as it says on the bottle. It's pale ale brewed with Cascade and Goldings. So combination of British and American hops. Let's get this in the glass. And as I'm drinking two northern beers, I'll just mention it, these aren't bottle conditioned. So I mean, you could lay them down in your freezer if you really want to get them chilled nice and quickly. But for a summer beer, personally, I prefer something a bit cooler. Anyway, so 4%, Angler's Reward, Cascade and Goldings, apparently. And as it's a northern beer, I've got my local brewery on the glass, Saltaire Brewery, just down the road. So we've got a very lovely, I'd say quite lightly filtered, pale gold ale. Yeah, a nice pale gold colour ale. A very nice traditional fluffy white head. Let's have a sniff. That's I say it's got a quintessential Englishness to it. It's kind of the hop quality it's got like a dry straw kind of quality to it. Lots of lemon peel, orange peel, slightly dried orange peel, not like a zesty kind of fragrant thing, but like a dried citrus. And that they do use wheat in this. I don't know if it's just torrefied wheat to kind of create to retain the head a bit, but it's got that kind of wheaty quality, which, yeah, not grainy, but kind of wheaty. I've got some wheat up there. I should get some down, have a sniff. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. 'Cause I'm pretty thirsty. That hits the spot. That does. And that's really interesting. It's got a real nice marriage between those two hops. It says English and it says definitely American. Start off with, I personally think right at the front, I'm getting Goldings. I'm not great on English hops, but I'm tempted to say a bit of gooseberry, a bit of maybe a touch of peach, not a fresh peach, maybe a slightly old peach, and then it's quite grassy and quite herbal, I guess. You tell me, I'm not that familiar. I know what Goldings are, but I'm not like a aficionado on English hops. Then, a real nice mild grapefruit, quite positively lemon kind of bitterness kicks in. For me, I'm saying that's where your Cascade's coming in. With a really nice cutting bitterness. A real summer quaffing ale, I'd say. That wheat is there as well. I'm really getting that wheat. Which I'm not talking about how a German wheat beer tastes. It's English wheat beers, they've got a certain quality, a certain bitterness I think it brings. Lovely and drinkable, nice and smooth. Not too watery, but just the balance is really good. Really clean, really crisp. As it happens, as it's on the glass there, it reminds me a bit of Saltaire's Cascade. Yeah, lovely, lovely. I'll be sipping that for the rest of the night. Well, I won't be sipping it for the rest of the night. I'll be downing it quite shortly after this video goes off. So that's Angler's Reward from Wold Top. It's a 4% pale ale, English summer beer as it says, brewed with Cascade and Goldings. And then the second one here, also from Wold Top, Golden Summer. This one is brewed with Styrian Goldings and Cascade. This is Marisota barley and wheat malt base. So it's wheat malt, not torrefied wheat, I don't think. So a bit of wheat malt. I just brewed a New Zealand pale ale, and that used and I used a bit of wheat in that, just a bit of Munich malt, loads of Marisota, and then a bit of wheat malt. But yes, so this one's 4.4%, Golden Summer. It's lovely, the branding. I think this branding is really doing the job, considering their other beers are quite a traditional look to them. I'm trying to do a Simon then, won't I? There's clearly an acquired art to opening bottles like that, Simon, at arm's length. Anyway, so let's get this in the glass. So yes, Styrian Goldings from Slovakia, I think I'm right in saying. Slovenia or Slovakia, one of the two. I'm clearly not going to work for the UN with these this knowledge of European cities, European nations. So once again, I'd say probably lightly filtered, because apparently it's not real ale. Camera says, it doesn't say camera says this is real ale. So what is real ale? What is real ale? It's made up. It's people's opinions. Real ale, craft ale. It's all about beer. So let's get over all that nonsense and move on, because this is much real ale as it is craft beer, despite it's been slightly filtered. Anyway, sorry. Yes, so a nice, I'd say slightly paler, a bit more yellowy gold going on. Once again, a nice thin head. Nice thin head of kind of white foam on there, nice kind of frothy, pillowy head. Bit of carbonation. So let's have a sniff. Ooh, there's a similarity. Not a massive similarity, but there is a bit there. I'd say this is a bit more fragrant, a bit more spritzy, a bit more kind of cutting, light kind of citrus in there. Lemon juice. Once again, there's that hay quality in there. There's kind of like a certain berry, not a dark red berry, but kind of like some kind of, there's a softness to it as well. It's a nice soft malt quality to it. That's quite nice. Once again, Styrian Goldings, a European hop this time, but not one that I'm hugely familiar with. I know it's not as trendy as something like Citra. You give me Citra, I'll give and Simcoe or something like that. I'll have a pretty good pop at telling you what it is. Lovely. It smells of, I'm just going to get another glass out. It kind of smells somewhat of kind of like a summer's day. It's those memories of sitting in gardens and eating barbecue and just sitting around and drinking easy, accessible pale ales. Anyway, cheers. To start with, really clean, really clean at the start. Verging on kind of that cleanliness you get from a lager. And then just there, I'm getting gooseberries. Once again, a load of lemon peel, bit of lemon juice. Nice kind of fleshy grapefruit this time. Then it's a really nice kind of tart citrus bitterness. And then at the back, grapefruit, slightly fragrant grapefruit this time. A real kind of, suppable summer ale. And I guess that's what they're going for on this. You walk into quite a specialist supermarket, you walk into an off-licence or a farm shop or something like that, and you see something that looks like that on the shelf, you think, I've got a barbecue, that looks just the ideal beer for the occasion. So that's lovely. Just going to do a quick side by side because there's probably the malt bill's very similar. I think this has got it says wheat in this, but there's something a bit more wheaty about that for me. Styrian Golding's in one. Kentish, I suspect. Kentish Golding's in the other one. So this, once again, is Angler's Reward. And then the other one is Summer Gold. This is the 4%. I just want to do a bit side by side. Angler's Rewards. Oh, I'd say there's a bit more kind of fruitiness in that one. I guess that's your English hops. Yeah, maybe red apples I'm getting now. The other one, paler, a bit more lagery, but not in that kind of, not as herbal as a lager. I think that's relying more on a kind of a light citrus, orangey, definitely lemon, bit of grapefruit. But that's got the grapefruit and the lemon in the background, but yeah, more of a kind of a rounded fruitiness to it. Kind of, yeah, red apples, skin of red apples. Very, very pleasant though. But that's something about these beers. That seems the Angler's Reward seems a bit more British, typically British. Anyway. Very nice. Yeah, as that once again, that's got a bit more kind of flavour, more rounded, boisterous kind of flavour. And that one, a lot kind of crisper, a lot more kind of summer's day kind of quaffing ale. I've just noticed I'm nearing that 15-minute mark. I'm stood in the kitchen, I'm drinking English beer, and I'm nearing the 15-minute mark. I don't want to get typecast as one of those British beer reviewers who goes on forever and ever about British beer. Anyway, to round up, two fantastic, very respectable kind of English ales, and maybe with a slight kind of American twist to them. Superb summer supping. I might be a bit late in the summer for this, but I don't know about you, but I love a nice pale ale when I get in from work. A nicely kind of chilled pale ale. So anyway, Wold Top Brewery in Driffield, just outside York. Angler's Reward, a 4% beer, pale ale with Cascade and Goldings. And then you've got the Golden Summer, 4.4% with Styrian Goldings and Cascade. Both lovely beers. A huge thank you to the people at Wold Top for sending me this, along with a number of bottles of their gluten-free beer. I will review all those gluten-free beers coming up very soon. But please check these guys out online. It's www.wold, which is WOLD, Wold Top Brewery.co.uk. So yeah, two cracking northern Yorkshire beers for the summer, Angler's Reward and Golden Summer from Wold Top. So anyway, I think I'm going to finish off by toasting you with a bit more Golden Summer. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I hope you've enjoyed me in my kitchen in this strangely familiar setting. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere on YouTube before, but I'll toast you with some more Golden Summer from Wold Top. Check it out, it's a lovely summer supper. I'll see you later. Cheers.